And welcome everyone to a special edition of Gridiron Nation as we present the Cornish Trophy for 2024, and it's emblematic of the top Canadian in NCAA football. Now, let's take a look at our 5 nominees. Alec Aomanor, a junior wide receiver at Stanford, showcased steady production amid a challenging 2024 campaign for the Cardinal. Hailing from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Aomanor's discipline, route running precision, and ability to fight for extra yards emerged as bright spots on a team that struggled to a 3-9 finish. Last year's Cornish Trophy winner, Aomanor secured 63 receptions, surpassed 800 yards receiving, and notched 6 touchdowns. He proved especially adept at finding space against tight coverage, turning short and intermediate routes into productive gains. His reliability on third downs and knack for making contested catches established him as the go-to target in the passing attack. Aomanor's performance earned him recognition within the conference and beyond. Touted by Pro Football Focus for his solid route-running skills, he also drew attention from observers north of the border who praised his progress as a prominent Canadian talent destined for the National Football League. In 2024, Alec Aomanor stood as testament to perseverance, skill, and consistency. Ty Benefield, a sophomore safety from Vancouver, BC, emerged as a linchpin in Boise State's remarkable 2024 campaign, a season that culminated in the Broncos securing a coveted berth in the college football playoff. After stepping into a far more prominent role than his freshman year, Benefield's leadership, on-field awareness, and knack for dissecting offenses helped galvanize the Broncos' defense into one of the nation's most formidable units. Statistically, Benefield's numbers underscored his importance. Through the regular season and conference championship, he racked up 73 total tackles, collected multiple pass breakups, hauled in 2 interceptions, forced a fumble and recovered another 2. His range and closing speed enhanced Boise State's coverage schemes, while his willingness to crash downhill against the run helped stifle opposing ground attacks. With Benefield's steady hand in the secondary, Boise State kept an undefeated run through the conference, rose into the top echelon of national rankings, and earned its first ever spot in the CFP. As they prepare to face college football's elite, the Broncos know their rising Canadian star is ready to shine under the brightest of lights. Daryl Jabome, a sophomore linebacker at Rutgers and a native of Longueuil, Quebec, made waves as a key defensive contributor throughout the 2024 season. Stepping confidently into a starting role, Jabome's blend of athleticism, field vision, and vocal leadership helped guide the Scarlet Knights to a 7-5 record and a much-anticipated bowl berth. His unrelenting motor and ability to read developing plays were catalysts in steadying a defense eager to climb the Big Ten ranks. His numbers tell a compelling story. Across the regular season, Jabome registered 102 total tackles, while also posting a handful of sacks, a pair of forced fumbles, and excelled in both run-stopping situations while dropping into coverage, showcasing the versatility modern defenses demand. Jet Elad, a senior safety at UNLV, continued to distinguish himself as one of the most impactful Canadian players in collegiate football in the 2024 season. Hailing from Mississauga, Ontario, and now in his second year with the Rebels, Elad's leadership in the secondary helped power the team to a 9-3 record and a spot inside the nation's top 25 rankings. For the second consecutive year, Elad earned a spot as a Cornish Trophy finalist, solidifying his status as one of the top Canadian talents in NCAA football. Curtis Rourke, the grad student quarterback at Indiana, forged an unconventional path to the Big Ten. Hailing from Oakville, Ontario, Rourke initially earned accolades at Ohio before transferring to Bloomington, where his poised leadership and consistent performance ignited a dazzling 2024 campaign. Under his guidance, the Hoosiers surged to an 11-1 regular season record. It's, get this, their best winning percentage since 1945, along with posting their first +10 win season. Statistically, Rourke was a model of efficiency. He had the top quarterback rating in Division I, and PFF ranked him as the top passer. His calm decision-making in critical moments and improved mobility behind center kept defenses guessing. Capping off his stellar season, Rourke earned second-team All-Big Ten honors, finished ninth in Heisman Trophy voting, and was recognized as a finalist for the Manning Award. In short, Curtis Rourke's 2024 performance not only elevated the Hoosiers to rarefied air, it cemented his own legacy as one of the nation's premier signal callers and provided him momentum heading into the NFL draft. And the winner of the 2024 Jon Cornish Trophy is Curtis Rourke, quarterback, Indiana. And we are now joined by the Cornish Trophy winner, Curtis Rourke. Curtis, good to have you with us, and you had one heck of a season.
Thank you. Really appreciate you guys having me. Yeah.
Now, we were just talking about it a little bit before we went on camera. The first time I met you was about 6 years ago, and it was at the Canadian Football Hall of Fame. Your brother was getting his second of two Cornish trophies. And I was running around the lobby at the Hall of Fame, getting food ready, getting the trophy ready. And I turn around, and there's this big kid staring at me, and he sticks his head out. He goes, "Hi, my name is Curtis." And I thought to myself, wow, the Rourkes make him bigger as they go along. and then the other thing, after talking with you, I said to myself, that guy is going to win one of these things. And here you are, 6 years later, you've won one of these things. How does it feel to be supported and recognized by Canada through all of this?
Yeah, it's awesome. Kind of getting introduced to the Jon Cornish Trophy back when Nathan won it a couple times. I wanted to be able to have a shot, and it was one of my goals to be in the conversation, be in the running, and so it's just it just means a ton to be able to be recognized, just because Canadian athletes don't get recognized too often, and I'm just so glad that we're able to get that recognition and continue to do it for our country. So.
Now, this gives you the opportunity to reflect on your college career, and a lot can happen in 6 years. This wasn't necessarily a straight line for you coming out of Ohio. You had the COVID years. You made the transfer. Now that you've had the ability to look back on it, how do you assess your time in college and what it's given you?
Yeah, college football has been everything to me. Just this whole experience, all 6 years, a little longer than a lot of people could probably say, but I really cherished every single year. Starting off my freshman year, be able to watch Nathan grow and play in his senior year, and learn from him in both, how to live a college life, but also how to be a college quarterback as well. And that kind of propelled me into, the 4 other years at Ohio, and just grateful for the memories I was able to make there at Ohio, and just to learn and grow as a player and a person, and to kind of just have those memories set and everything like that. I won't forget time at Ohio at all. Really created me and molded me into the person player I am. And then coming here to Indiana, just what a privilege and what an opportunity to come join a program that had so much to prove. And it kind of aligned with what I was, wanting to do is prove that I could play at a higher level. Just like a lot of the guys on the team and in the program in itself. And so just to be able to have the season that we were able to have, and to make those memories, make history, it was just a blast. I'm just really grateful for this whole college football experience. A time I won't forget for sure.
We're going to talk about Nathan in a second here, but I want to hit on one of those points about Indiana. When did you know you had something special there? Because this turned into maybe the best story in college football this year, the turnaround at Indiana, and you were right at the center of it.
Yeah, I kind of getting to know the guys in the spring and go through spring football and kind of realizing the raw talent that we had in different positions. Our defense was really strong, and then be able to notice that our offense had potential. But it really just started to click as we were in fall camp, and when we started the first couple games of the season. We started to piece things together, started to get that chemistry down, started to kind of understand what our identity was going to be as a team. And just the more that we played, the more that we worked together, the more that we felt like we can make we can make noise this season. We started to believe, and it was just such a great time to just get to know guys and go through the season understanding that we're all just playing in a lot of our final years of football and just doing it together. So it was a magical year.
What did you learn from Coach Kurt Signetti through the entire process from transfer until now?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing he always preached it, and it always stuck with me. Just how important it is not to get complacent. A lot of people haven't had successful years, and we're had years that we were having, and he just continued to remind us that can't get complacent. Yeah, there's another game that's ready to go, and just as easy and fast as it's come, it could just be taken away just like that with a bad performance or a loss. And so just continue to stay focused and working hard every single day of practice, and not to be complacent. That's something that's stuck with me, and I'll carry on until for however long I play and coach.
Well, there hasn't been a quarterback in Division One football that's improved his draft stock more than you going through this process. How did you feel at the time of the transfer about your future prospects, and how have they changed today?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny looking back, almost just over a year ago. I was deciding whether I wanted to transfer and see if there was a good opportunity out there for me, or to go to the draft and kind of bet on myself in that way. And really happy about the decision. But I just really wanted to prove that I could play at this level, and going through this year, thankful for the offense that we had and the players around me to make my job a lot easier. And so it was a real gift to be able to get that opportunity. I'm just grateful that I was able to stay healthy throughout the year, and able to help the team win, and then ultimately help my draft stock rise. And I'm just hoping that I can continue to do whatever it takes to continue to help that rise. And whatever happens, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity that in the future that God has planned for me. So
You may have some steps in front of you still associated with college football, whether it's a pro day or whether it's going to a bowl game. And you were on the watch list for the Reese's Senior Bowl. If that was offered to you, would you take it?
it's been in the conversation, but I've accepted the invitation to the Shrine Bowl already. I think it's going to be a very competitive and really great bowl. And so it's one of those opportunities that I didn't want to turn down, and know that it's going to be just as important to play in that game as any other bowl game.
Well, and it's great with the Shrine Bowl. There's always been a Canadian connection there with U Sports players playing in that mix as well. So, congratulations on that. Let's talk a little bit about you and your brother.
Sure.
And how important was it for you to be there for that 1 year with Nathan as a guide? What did you learn from him about college football in that first year at Ohio when you guys were together?
Yeah, I think that year will still be my favorite year of college football, just because I you just getting the opportunity to play on the same team at this high of a level with your brother is something that you can not a lot of people can say. And so just being able to play like we're playing backyard football together, but just preparing to play college football. And so that was really awesome. And to be able to come in as freshman and not know the playbook, not know really anything. You're just kind of out there trying to survive. And it makes it a lot easier when you can be mentored by the all-star senior quarterback who just happens to be your brother as well. And so it was really helpful to grow and to learn that year. And it's one of those years I'll never forget. even though I didn't play, I just know that it was one of the most favorite. It was one of my favorite years for sure, just because of the connection and the opportunity that Nathan and I had to play together and compete.
Now, when you're in the process and you're in a season, you're focused on all of those things. Nathan leaves in year two. How did you guys stay in touch? How did you communicate? Like he went through quite a tour, not just through the CFL, but into the NFL as well. And what did he share with you that you could take away as lessons as you approach that same sort of process?
Yeah, I mean, Nathan has been, one of my biggest heroes in my life, just because of the adversity that he's dealt, and whether that's going through the high school process and not getting any offers, to going to Ohio, continuing to have to prove himself after coming from JUCO, and then the journey that he had at post college. I mean, that's something that you know was very hard for him, and mentally, that he had to go through, and so looking at him and his story, I mean, it's motivated me to continue to push through, no matter what's come up in my life and my career. And so just being able to talk to him about different things that's been going on, in my life. I've had a bad game here and there, and be able to talk to him about how he's dealing with that, or even a good game, and how to stay humble, how to focus on the next game and everything like that. But I talk to him multiple times a week. Even this year, a phone call every week, kind of just to talk about life, not just football, but just talk about life as well. And then when we're both in season, just be able to bounce off, what the game plan is that week, and how we're looking to prepare and attack the defense, and just catch up like that. And so it's just been really awesome to have a brother like Nathan, but also someone that is such a high level quarterback as well. You can just talk football and ball with.
Well, brothers don't always get along, right?
Right.
Like there is some level of rivalry there,
Mhm.
and now he's got two of these Cornish trophies. You got one. Is there any rivalry between you two guys that kind of propel you and push you along?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've always had this competitiveness between each other. I mean, it started from when we were young. We were growing up, even playing pickup basketball outside and in our driveway and everything like that. So we're always competitive. We're always comparing, but at the end of the day, we're always just excited and happy for each other. We've both been very honored and blessed to win a couple awards here and there, and so we're although we will compare and make jokes here and there. We also at the same time are just happy for the other. And when Nathan won his second Jon Cornish Trophy, I had a feeling it'd be hard to match that someday. So I tried to get him in some other categories. So
Well, you were nominated more than he was.
correct.
So there you go. That's how that balances out. But I think the biggest winner in this to have two sons recognized nationally are your parents. Before I let you go here, talk to me about the support of your parents. I had the opportunity to meet them back when I met you,
Mhm.
and they are fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, they've been awesome. They've supported Nathan and I ever since we were young. Really just big part in our love for football, and we're there every step of the way, just to help us get to college and to this point. And their support has been amazing. And so just being able to just have them in our corner, and knowing that no matter what, they're going to be there for us. And it's just really nice to have them as a support system, to go along with Nathan, obviously. And just really grateful for everyone that's been around, and just excited to keep going.
Well, you know what? Part of the reason that we have an award like this is to recognize the best from Canada, but it's also to inspire the next generation of players coming up. And you've been a fantastic representative for this country, not just this year, but in Ohio as well. And we wish you all the best in your next steps, and congratulations on winning the 2024 Cornish.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.